Patchogue's a community of families. Families that have been here, like my family's been here since the early 1900, 1905, 1910. And there are families here, like the Rose and the Weekses, that have been here 150 years. And then there are families that have been here 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. And what you want to do is you want them to stay.
The mayor was very conscious of the historic nature of the property. In particular, there's a building on this property that was collectively known as the Carriage House. It was thought that this was a building used for the historic lace mill across the street where people would park their carriages. And that was important to the mayor. The history was remembered. So the developers and Joe Rossi took the mayor's suggestion and offered to even expand the building that they were going to create, where they would incorporate the architectural elements of the Carriage House into their building. Of course, though, once he had this new extra space, he didn't have a plan for it, and he asked the mayor, what could we do with it? And it's my understanding Mayor Pontieri said, hey, maybe it could be a new office for the Chamber of Commerce. What I like about it is that Nord is offering that as space for the community. So if the Chamber doesn't use the space, I am sure there's other organizations that could use the space, and it just shows Nord's commitment to the community that they would add to their building to offer this community space.
So I'm a longtime resident of the village, and for many, many years I can remember different administrations talking about how can we enhance the river, and particularly the north part of the river, which is what Nord is surrounding. This is a part of the river that nobody has really been able to see for years, being surrounded by industrial buildings. So I am very excited about bringing back the beauty to that area, bringing back nature, and creating an environment where the public is able to access and see the beautiful Patchogue River.
And you know, you have Patchogue Lake to the north on the other side of where the brewery is. It feeds that stream, and that stream then widens out, and then you end up in the Patchogue River. So there is this connection, and when you look at maps of the 1800s, you can see it so clearly how much wider it was.
And now we've just recently applied for a New York Forward grant, and we're very grateful. Nord is working with us in developing this grant. Once accepted, we might be able to create a walk that's about a good half mile between the lake and almost gets you to the headwaters or the part of the Patchogue River that's more known.
I think that people are going to be very, very impressed with that, very taken aback.
Well, I'm a founding member of the Patchogue Arts Council, which has been in existence since 2008. And we bring a lot to the community in terms of public art, whether it's sculptures, murals, exhibits. We have satellite galleries, and we're very excited about working in this end of Main Street. Right now, most of the work that's been done with the Arts Council has been involved around the downtown. But now we'll be able to move up to the west end with this beautiful riverfront, and we've already had preliminary discussions with the management of Nord, and we can envision public art and sculptures all along the riverfront.
Density is a product of design. Their design allows them to do it. There are two things that are critical in my mind when you're working in a village like Patchogue. It's design and it's parking. One's a practical side, one's an aesthetic side. But those two have to marry together. You got to be able to build something that you can park it, but it also has to have the flavor of the community and area that it's in. It doesn't look like anything else in a village, but it fits in a village. The design does.
Another great, exciting thing about the Carriage House project is it's really expanding the footprint of what would be considered the heart of our downtown. Now, with this new structure, that's going to be an eye-popping, significant change to people traveling by. It really opens up where our downtown is. It makes us consider, when we do all these wonderful events in our community, that might be new street space that we can incorporate into these events.
Most of the young professionals can afford a $3,000 mortgage. They can't afford on a $700,000 house the 20% you got to put down on, the 10% the $70,000, $100,000, $200,000 that you got to come up with to buy the house. So we give them an opportunity to move into a place where everything is taken care of.
Another aspect that shouldn't be forgotten about is certainly the number of new residents that they're bringing. 263 new apartments. That's going to bring a lot more feet to the street that are in walking distance to our downtown. One aspect of our community that we want to uplift is our retail. And certainly having more people in the community, they're going to need the goods and services of our retail establishments is a net positive for us. Gets us that more of that foot traffic that these businesses are looking for. Not only is Nord bringing this wonderful new project into the community, it's also, they've shown a very big willingness to be partners in our community. So I can see them being very important to a lot of our initiatives as we move forward.